Nerds Talking, the podcast.
Yo, we talk about lightsabers, stunning your TV screens, what you want to stream, everything beyond your dreams. Want to talk about movies, sports, or even politics? Go ahead and tune into us. We'll give you all of it. Whatever you're debating, Xbox or PlayStation, Marvel or DC, Mac or PC. Teraflops when the movie drops, gigabytes, chips, RAM, no matter what it is, we got all of it. Welcome to the show.
Nerds Talking, the podcast. Welcome to Nerds Talking, the podcast. Another Friday, another show. We have a full house tonight as Hugh is back from his time off he requested. And next week, Laura will be off. She's new and she's already requested vacation time.
I know.
Unbelievable. Johnny's put in vacation time how many times? And gets denied every time. Every time. Actually, it's the other way around. His wife wants vacation. He's like, I got a podcast, honey. We can't go anywhere. Priorities, don't you know?
My dedication to our fan is
it's very
undeniable.
Good. That's right.
That was good. That was good.
So we got Carlos, Johnny, Laura, Hugh, and I'm Lafayette. So welcome to the show, everyone. And as you know, we like to go around the horn, ask how everybody's week went. But before we do that, the Choco Taco is no longer. Anybody have any words? Johnny's like, oh my God. Unbelievable.
I
Johnny?
read about this and I haven't had a Choco Taco in like 20 years, but I miss it already. Like I don't know what should I do? It's like COVID. I should just buy a bunch of like hand sanitizer.
Buy as much as you can. Choco Tacos. Laura, I know you were waiting. You had this look on your face like, wait a second. They got rid of Mexican ice cream? So what did you think of the Choco Taco being eliminated from the earth?
I did see it on Facebook, and I honestly, I don't even know if I've ever had a Choco Taco.
What?
And now I'm upset that I might never be able to have one. So I really should make a run for the border because they still sell them at Taco Bell's? Is that still
Not
a thing?
anymore. No.
Ah,
But you can get them anywhere.
Where to get them.
No, go to any drugs. They didn't just pick them up. Go around and wrangle them up.
All right, I'll stop by the gas stations and see if I can find a Choco Taco near me.
Over at the ICE office. We're changing our direction. What do you mean? Choco Tacos. Round up the Choco Tacos.
Well, I only saw that they were discontinuing them, but did it say why?
No, they didn't say. They didn't tell us why they
Racist.
discontinued.
That's why.
Yeah, it's a racist ice cream.
Why did they just rename it? Like the Washington football
the
players or whatever.
The Taco Commanders. The Choco Commanders.
I like Taco Commanders better.
Taco Commanders. Yes.
I bet the name's already taken.
Oh, yeah, pretty sure. So then we just go Taco Redskins. All right, that covers that. So there you go. So Choco, Carlos, have you had a Choco Taco?
No, I've never had one.
Oh, you people are despicable. Hugh?
But when I saw the picture
I'm
of it,
sending you a case. Fucking everyone gets ice cream. I'm the fucking ice
Don't
cream
do it.
man.
Don't do it. Joey's listening. When he lives near Mexico.
I think so, because is that something that my girls would have gotten from the ice cream truck? Because they get
good at this. You're pretty good at this.
Yeah.
I think something they get because they've gotten it a couple times for me, and it was very tasty. Very tasty.
It's basically a waffle cone face shaped like a taco shell.
Yeah.
On the inside of the waffle cone is chocolate. Then you got the vanilla ice cream with the chocolate on top and some nuts. Oh, it's amazing.
It is.
So
It's
it
like
sounds like a
it's
drumstick in just like a new shape.
Don't you do that? Don't do that?
Don't diminish.
Don't
I'm
the
sorry.
memory of the
Choco.
Choco.
The
I'm
Taco
sorry.
Commander. What are you doing? Anyway.
Nothing but props to the
That's right. There you
Taco
go.
Commander. I'm
Good old
saluting.
Taco Commander. That's great. So the Choco Taco is gone. So we will jump into the week that it was for Hugh. Hugh, how was the week for you? Anything exciting besides your phone going off?
I know.
Any news?
Not even sure what that is.
Unprofessional much?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Check your rectum. All right. Hugh?
Sorry about that.
That's all okay.
You're blowing up, dude.
I know.
I think that's the reminder to take your pills. You take your pills now. That's why it's going off so much.
The week has been interesting. The week has been interesting because I started back at an old gig and it is kicking my proverbial ass. It is
All right.
a lot more physical than I imagined.
There you go. So Hugh's at a new job, old job, and he's at a different position, and he's just starting. So you got to get used to it. You get used to the new position. Everything sounds like I changed teams. Okay, Johnny,
You're gonna get really buff, Hugh. That's really what it is.
Oh, you can get super ripped, dude, and all the
Yeah.
guys are gonna love you. Johnny, how was your week? Anything interesting?
Well, I came up with a realization. I went to the gym today. I went to Planet Fitness, and my new goal in life is just to not be a douchebag. And then to get rid of the douchebags at the gym, all you got to do is take away the mirrors, because all these motherfuckers are just in front of the mirror. Like, I went to the bathroom before I got started, and this dude just posing. Took a piss, washed my hands, still posing. And then fucking sure as shit when he was working out in front of the mirror. Just it's such a douchey thing.
I guess my question
all the
is,
douchiness is it's just bugging me.
but was he in that shape to pose? Was he like, were you like, no, the first time you saw him pose, you thought, oh, okay. And then it's the third time, like, knock it off. But was he the first time were you like, impressed? I'm impressed.
No. I mean,
so he's not in shape.
He's probably 10 years older than me. I mean, he's in good shape for a 50-year-old, but
yeah. But knock it off. I hear you.
Just knock it off.
Wait, so how is it that the gym's gonna make you said a better person?
No, it just made me realize I didn't want to be a douchebag.
Oh, a douche.
Yeah, and then on top of that, the douchebags will have like 6 sets of weights in front of them because they're using them all and they need them all, and they're in front of the mirror. And I'm like, can you just take your turns or no?
That is the worst though. You're looking like around like, where the hell did all the 30-pound weights go?
Yeah.
And then one guy has like 230s, 250s, a 60. I'm like, you can't lift them all, man. Like, come on. And then he proves me wrong. His dick, his ankles, his fucking arms. I'm like, this motherfucker.
He's grunting the whole time.
Yeah. Like, this guy just won the gym today. Yeah. Oh yeah. Those are the best guys. When I go to 24-hour fitness, they're like, you're like, I've never done that no matter what I've done in life. Well, maybe taking a shit. But other than that, never. Like, hardcore.
And it only has to do with weights, right? Because you don't see people on the treadmill just fucking grunting away and staring at themselves. And
next time, do that though. Yeah. Like the cross trainer, how you have to move your arms and legs at the same time, and every time your arm goes forward, make a noise. Just go. They're like, what the fuck's wrong with that guy? Do it, Johnny.
I take it back. I've seen douches on the treadmills before. As they were jogging, they're like shadow punching and shit. So
those are my favorite though.
I have
every shadow puncher is my favorite. Because they saw a movie or they saw like a little clip and like, that looks so cool in the gym right now. Oh, shadow punching is fucking awesome. Thanks, Johnny.
Me and Carlos, we went out to eat last week or the week before, and
shadow diet.
There was a dude at the restaurant just punching and kicking, and he was doing his kata, and I was like, what the fuck? So I pointed out to Carlos, and he saw it. I was like, this dude's only a yellow belt. I could tell by his actions. He just got started and he's fucking ready to take on the world. I just wanted to punch him. I'm like, this shit don't work. Whack.
Weren't you a blue belt?
I think I got up to purple.
Yeah, you could have.
Yeah, we got the purple.
Purple is one below black. Is that right?
No, don't give him that much confidence.
No?
What are you doing, Laura?
Sorry. I don't know. I don't know anything about it.
In Taekwondo,
red
I think it goes brown, red, black.
Yeah.
But then they have like in between colors. There's like a 2-tone belt, and
they've added so many colors now, man. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Where's
purple is right before blue, and then from blue it's brown, red, black.
But you also have to be
degrees,
so you were
right? Really far away.
You gotta be like 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree of this, and then you move on, right? That type of shit.
I think as long as you keep paying your membership or whatever, you fucking get promoted.
It's so true. My nephew, he's 13 now. He became a black belt at 9. I was like, yeah, sure. Mm-hmm. Yes, 1 punch and he's dead. Like, oh, what fucking belt do they give me? Like 25 to life.
They should give you a belt if you beat a black belt, right?
Yeah.
That's the purple belt. you took the black belt and made him purple.
Oh,
And then just make a necklace with its teeth type of thing.
that's too much. You've gone too far.
Sorry. I'm
Tell
sorry.
stick to the grunting stories. Holy shit. Well, so what else this week? Just the gym was your highlight?
No, it's just one of those revelations that I had. I don't want to be a douchebag anymore.
There you go.
So I'm not going to be the guy who turns his music up loud at the stoplight and shakes
yes,
everyone's car.
I hate that. Yes.
I'm not going to get a truck that's way too big for anybody and have the muffler drown out the neighborhood.
Those are
Eight
also
foot ladder to get into.
Yeah, you have to show up
Yeah.
with fucking hiking gear and shit, like you climbing Everest to get in. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fucking retarded. Yeah.
Just don't want to be a douche is all.
Mm.
So
The
Hold on,
noble
hold on,
goal.
hold on, hold on.
I give you guys permission to put me in check if I'm being a douche.
Oh, you don't ask me twice. All right, Laura, how was your week?
Wet.
Okay, well that's our show, everyone. Joey's-
I'm in
you know, Joey-
St. Louis.
Joey is so rewinding this numerous times. No, I don't even want to hear more.
Oh no, he doesn't. I'm way too fat for him. Don't
Oh,
worry.
I know. Well, we'll get to that later. Okay, but go ahead, Laura.
I live in St. Louis and we had a torrential downpour. And I was fine, but there's some pretty freaky pictures of places in St. Louis and St. Charles that are cars half underwater and shit. And honestly, I felt a little bad because like the day before I was sitting in my living room looking outside and I was like, I wish it would rain. It would be the perfect weather for me to get in the garage and start refinishing this dresser because it's just too hot right now. And then the next day, torrential downpour, people without power, people losing their homes. And I'm like, oh, am I partially to blame? And all I got was a little tiny leak in my roof. So
Mhm.
I got away
Wow.
unscathed.
I'm gonna think about it. It'd be a good time to be a douchebag with one of those trucks at that point.
Oh,
I
that
don't
is
even
true.
think that's gonna save you,
No,
man.
it's not gonna-
It
Really?
is real. You should see some of the photos. It's bad.
I remember a lot of stories, just the flash floodings and just random people dying in St. Louis. We would get the newspaper.
That was the flood in '92. I know exactly which one you're talking about. Are you talking about the one back in the day?
No,
No.
That's very
Oh.
specific.
Yeah,
I mean, that was like the one that like decimated most of St. Louis.
When you got the leak in the roof,
Mhm.
did you call FEMA?
I did not. We called the insurance guy. He came by today and said, Nat, you're not getting a new roof. And I'm like, fuck.
Did
fuck.
he show up with what's that stuff called? You see on TV all the time, and the guy sprays the bottom of the boat.
the Flex Seal.
There you go, Flex Seal.
He didn't even
He
come
just
with
gives
a
you.
Flexi seal.
He just gives you a can fixed. Gotta go.
Just came with a pickup truck and said, nope, sorry.
That's it. What
Yep.
a son of a bitch. All right. So Laura's dealing with shit weather over there in Missouri. Carlos, your week, as he's yawning because he's had a tough week. You let us know how it's been.
Nothing too exciting for me, but my wife got LASIK surgery,
Ooh.
and you get to sit in the viewing room as they do this. Man, it is. They cut a circle out of the cornea, and they pull it back, and then while it's pulled back is when they have the laser do its thing. Then they have to put the cornea back. They lay it back down. I'm like, oh man, that's creepy.
So
It
they
was
got like the
super
video screen, right? So you can see it while they're doing the surgery.
Oh yeah, it was like on a 60-inch screen, like right
Yeah.
in front of me. I'm like, God damn. Yeah, it was weird. It was really weird. And it took like no time at all. One eye took like 10 minutes, the other eye took like 5 minutes.
And
Super
then with
fast.
LASIK, it's instant results.
Oh yeah, she's like, yeah, she can see through fucking walls now. It's fucking nuts.
I could see the future. No, I got that
Yeah.
done. Well, I got PRK done. My cornea is too thin, apparently. So they just worked on the cornea somehow. So they didn't actually work on my. I don't know what all that shit is, but either way, it cost me $2,500. And I'm like an eagle. I can see
Oh,
that.
don't you still wear glasses?
You know, they're decorative.
Yes.
I'm still 2020.
Uh-oh.
But it was like 20 years ago.
Douchebag.
I know that's
you
a douchebag alert. Douchebag.
fake
douchebag.
glasses.
I wear glasses to look very hipster. Yeah, good call. Yeah, Johnny, you gotta get rid of the glasses, man. You're still a douche. Still a douche.
They help.
Okay, how?
Okay,
But
are
if you
they
have
help me
20/20
see?
vision, what do you need them for?
are they reading glasses?
Ooh, to keep the
No.
glare out of your eyes.
Well, I mean, I got the surgery done 20 years ago, so this is just
Oh.
to sharpen up. I'm still technically 2020, but it helps. Maybe be a
Gotcha.
douchebag.
Gotcha, douche. Good job. Good job. Hey, Laura's cat is back. So
Hi, bug.
there he is. He's back. And he's like, every time a show's on, he's like, no, there's 7 of us. Hello. So he's back.
Yeah.
My week. Went to San Diego Comic-Con. Yes. What everyone wants to go to is San Diego
that's right.
Comic-Con.
So nuts there, right? It was nuts.
It was
Number-
nuts. It was absolutely nuts. It was all the Marvel movies they announced and DC and all the cool shit you see there, but definitely Marvel has a lineup of movies coming out all the way through 2024 that they revealed, and I'm like, shit, these guys aren't stopping. So you got that. Like I said, DC didn't tell us anything. It just told us that Shazam and Black Adam were coming out. We already knew that shit, but The Rock was there, so hey. But yeah,
Did you
it was
go to
cool.
the panels or did you just like walk the
No,
halls?
the line for the panels. Oh my god. Yeah, no.
Yeah, you have
Well-
to stay in like all day, right?
Oh yeah, they were already waiting first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
For the Hall H. That's what it is. The Hall H panel. And no, I won't. I don't think I've ever been to a panel for that reason. I just don't want to wait. It's like a waste of your day.
Yeah.
Used to cover red carpets there.
Oh yeah, I recall.
Yeah,
Oh
a couple of years, like just nuts how many people were there. It was horrible walking the floor, especially with gear.
We
It's
used to
like
go
crazy.
with Hugh and we would have badges on that said Fox News. And
Yep.
we were Fox News Media.
That's pretty fucking awesome.
And then
I'm
It
such a
was
actually,
weird.
local.
We were right there. Well, no, network. It was network level. So we were right there with.
yeah, we were literally like 2 feet away from every celebrity. Just kind of just standing there, like doing nothing.
Like,
Just standing
hello,
there like, hey, how you doing?"
hello.
They're like, oh, you guys Fox News? I'm like, sure. Yeah, I got
What are you wearing? Is
Yeah.
that
What are
what
you
people
wearing?
ask? I don't know.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, no, we tried to ask entertainment questions. We
Yeah,
tried to
so-
keep. It was for the entertainment.
But
end
it
of
was fun because we got to go to areas nobody could go unless you were with media. So it was like the green room backstage before they would go on to the panels and all that shit, or coming off the panels. And that was pretty cool because people don't understand it's very hard to get into San Diego Comic-Con.
It is.
So we used to just be like, hey, Hugh, just get us in with Fox News. No problem. And we would just go in like a couple years in a row just as Fox News guys. And then Carlos and I got professional badges as artists. And so they would just let us in.
Yeah.
So,
So
but San Diego
wasn't
Comic-Con is pretty cool. Yeah.
wasn't Black Adam there to? Wasn't he going to talk about this ultimate film with against Superman? Did he talk about it?
He was just talking about his Black Adam film. That's it.
Okay.
The only The Rock came out as Black Adam and everything. So
I heard he did. Yeah.
yeah, he was all dressed and so forth. And then, as these guys know, I was on Fat Guy Loves Cake on Wednesday's show.
Yeah.
You can hear all about it. It's me and Joey chopping it up for 30 minutes. And we had a good time. And he said Johnny would be his next one if he had to pick because he has to talk to, well, of course, Johnny Butt Stuff. And if you guys don't know who that is, it's a character Joey made up that's supposed to be Johnny that likes to put stuff in his butt. So
Of
You
course.
know what? You know
I
what's
still don't
funny
know where that
about
came
that?
from, though. Like, he's.
It
why, how,
fl-
how,
I
how'd he
mean,
get
I'll
that?
give it to him. It flows, right? It's a
Well,
catchy
button
name.
stuff. You could say Carlos Butt Stuff. It's gonna flow.
No, not as much
You
as Johnny Butt
butt
stuff. No,
Well, so you
I
like
mean,
it then? I
Yeah,
take
but
it.
No,
Johnny
it-
Butt Stuff alter ego is hung small.
It is hung small. It
I
is
don't
hung
like
small.
that part. But I will say, listening to, I think it was the first one where he
Oh, that's a great
just
day.
does this 5-minute
Interview.
spiel where I'm talking and
Mhm, yes.
when I was a little boy in Vietnam and this and that, and I
That
was
was a
like
good one.
listening to the story, thinking, what happens next? I'm like, wait a second.
You were
I
all
wasn't even
excited
born
to
in
know.
Vietnam. So I was like, I was like trying to listen to my story, and I was like, oh wait, I just like stuff in my butt. But
okay.
it reminds me of
Creativity needed work. It just went straight downhill.
Yeah. So soon after I moved out of our old neighborhood and into my new school, I met some guys and started playing basketball with, and we became friends. And one of them called me Johnny Buckman. Why? He said Buckman likes to fuckman, and it was kind of catchy. And for like, I don't know, maybe 3 months, it was, hey, Buckman. Like every time I took a shot, Buckman for 3, like that type of thing. And I didn't like it. Thankfully, he was really good at basketball, so he went straight to varsity when the time came. And
I like how you got rid of your friend because he's better than you at basketball.
No, I
Go
didn't.
away and play on the good team. I'm gonna stick back here. No more fucking men.
I didn't get rid of any. I don't have any choice. Otherwise, I would have been on varsity too.
No, you wouldn't have seen you play. But, that's a weird nickname to get though.
Buckman likes to fuck
because it
men.
rhymes with that. Yeah, Johnny
Yeah.
Butt stuff is original.
So it's not the first time.
okay. So you've been here, done that. I got
Been
you.
there. Been there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if you guys ever hear Fat Guy Loves Cake, yeah, Johnny at the moment, it went from these like Amber Heard, Johnny Depp fake like movie
Right.
trailers, and it's moved on to now Johnny Butt stuff, movie trailers and songs, and all based on Johnny. So
Johnny, have you ever talked directly with Joey other than on the show?
No, just on the show.
And how did you
So
manage to become the butt, pun intended, of every joke that he makes? What happened here?
Well, he's in that trust tree, I think, where he thinks he's in the trust tree, and it's clever, and I have a good sense of humor.
Well, I think it started from the F Mary Kill episode.
it is. It started from the
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, you were a prude.
Okay.
You were a
Yeah,
prude
you were-
because
yeah,
you wouldn't
yeah.
you wouldn't play
You killed
along. You
yourself.
just
I wouldn't
killed
play the
yourself.
game.
Yeah, you just,
And that's where it came from, about you being a prude about not wanting to play F Mary Kill. Yeah.
Okay. That puts a little bit more
That's-
color to it.
Yeah.
Also,
yeah,
I've
yeah,
missed that
yeah,
episode, so that was before I joined. I'm gonna have to go listen to the fucking
Yeah, go listen. That's a pretty good one.
So
Good old
I have a
Mary
couple
Kill.
of notes on Joe.
Oh, okay.
So if you've listened to some of his podcasts, he's really like anti dick pics. He's like, the way it comes across is like he's a hero to all women. Like, men don't send your dick pics. Nobody wants it. This and that. And he was very passionate about it. I didn't really know where it came from. It reminded me of, I went to a Rage Against the Machine concert, and the lead singer or whatever, he would always like stop in the middle of a performance and like make a message. At my concert, there was a girl like body surfing across the crowd, so he stopped. Do not grope her. This and that. We need to respect women. This and that. Everyone cheered, and then he went on with the concert.
And then
But I
that
was-
woman continued to have her ass and tits grabbed the entire time she was body surfing. Been there. It's fucking awful.
Been there. I loved it. No, so that's what it reminded me of, his stance against dick pics. And I was like, well, where's this coming from? But then I listened to an episode where he was talking about he was new in town and he wanted just to make some regular friends. So he got on Craigslist and he said, hey, I'm looking to make some friends. Give me a call. And then like he would proceed to like get a shit ton of dick pics and fucking like random people butt naked on a bale of hay. Just the most random shit.
I think it was a John Deere, but I point taken.
Yeah. So that's where it comes from, right? He's like, fuck, goddamn it, no more dick pics. And then I like to, because after our No Worries episode, he started to explain like, hey, people ask me like, why do you not like No Worries? None of your fucking business is basically what he said. So the mystery continues. Joey, what the fuck?
What? Those are your notes?
Why are you? Yeah,
Okay, good.
that's all I got.
For some reason, I got that guy's name in my head, Zach De La Rocha from
Oh
Rage
yes,
Against the
he's the lead singer of
Rage Against the
Rage
Machine.
Against the Machine. Yeah, Zach.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
The name was just in my head for some reason.
All right. Well, there you go. That's our week here at Nerds Talking. We'll take a break. We'll be right back after this.
Do you like money? Have you thought about investing in cryptocurrency? Do you see a future where your 401k is worth more than you imagine? and tune into the podcast Fat Rich Pigs. That's right. Do you want to be a fat rich pig? Or just a fat guy that buys pigs and flips them on the market and gets all the bacon, if you know what I mean. Fat Rich Pigs. That's stuff for you. Listen, it's a good show. I have satisfied customers all over the place. From Fat Guy Loves Cake to the Nerd Talking Podcast fellas. They're all filthy rich because of me, because of my podcast. Fat Rich Pig is one of our customers telling you how they got rich because of the show. I heard this guy on Nerd Talking the Podcast and I thought, hey, why not give it a shot? And now look at me. I got a lot of Dogecoin. I got so much I don't know what to do with it. So hey, Nerds Talking the Podcast. And there you go. A satisfied customer for my podcast and Nerds Talking the Podcast every Friday. Now back to the show. Fat Rich Pigs.
Welcome back to Nerds Talking the Podcast. I'm here with Carlos, Johnny, Laura, Hugh, and I'm Lafayette. We've all seen Gray Man. You know, Gray Man on Netflix was a brand new movie by the Russo brothers who did the Avengers movies. Well, Avengers Endgame and Infinity War. There you go. They also did a Captain America movie, right? Did they do?
They did. I think they did.
They did the second one, if I recall.
Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier. There you go. Well, they just produced the most expensive movie for Netflix called The Gray Man, starring Chris Evans and anybody. Who's the other fellow?
Jesus.
Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling. There you go.
Anna de Armas.
That's right. Anna de Armas is in it as well. And man, Netflix just threw their money away. Okay, so we'll start with Carlos. The Gray Man on Netflix. Give us your review and your score.
Go, my brother, go.
I liked it. It wasn't boring. It was I don't know, it was a decent film. But it just seemed like the Russo brothers just had a bunch of 80s movies from the 80s, took a bunch of them, clipped them up, and wrote this new movie. It reminded me a lot of Commando. It almost seemed like Gosling and De Armas were playing like the Arnold character, and then Chris Evans was that dude. I mean, in Commando, he had the same type of mustache, had the same hair, and he kidnapped the girl. He was holding the girl.
You talk about the guy with the fishnet tank top?
Yeah. And then at the end, there's a knife fight between Arnold and the dude in the mesh, in the fishnet top. Same, just like Gray Man. There's a knife fight at the end. That's what it reminded me of. Was it in a fountain? Yeah, and so just reminded me of a lot of like 80s movies put it like stitched together for a new flick. And then I don't know if they did it intentionally, but they made a Barbie joke about Ken to Ryan. Chris Evans said something about get that Ken doll or something like that. And I'm curious if they did that because they knew he was already cast in the Barbie movie, or if they just did it just to do it. I don't know, but I would give it. I'd give it a 3.
Okay, we have a 3 on the board. Johnny, what is your review and your rating for The Gray Man?
For this movie, I lowered my expectations, and then after I did that, I wasn't too disappointed. I mean, it started off with, hey, I'm in prison. I'm going to recruit a murderer for the CIA. Wasn't really buying that part. And then the Gosling fighting in the plane and off the plane, he like had this smoke grenade in his hand. And I think it was supposed to be visually more appealing or something like that. But it was just stupid. It didn't do any good. It was just a smoke show.
With the flare or the signal flare?
Yeah. I think he had both. I think he had the flare, and then I think he had the. So when I saw that part, I was worried that the rest of the movie was going to be really stupid like that. But it picked up. What I didn't like was Chris Evans' character, because he was just basically barking orders the whole time. He wasn't really a badass until the very end, and then he died. Spoiler alert.
What is your rating?
I think I'm going to give it a 3.
Oh, we got another 3.
I would have probably given another point, or maybe another half point, if they used Anna de Armas a little bit better. she basically just got her ass kicked the whole time. She had a couple
right.
like scenes where she was okay, but she was much better in the latest Bond film. She was really impressive in the Bond film. This movie, she was just okay.
Now to
All
go
right,
back to
Hugh.
that plane
Oh.
scene,
The plane scene.
I thought that was one of the most ridiculous parts of that scene.
Certainly was.
Is when he had the last parachute and that dude just happened to take it from him. And I knew right away he's gonna go diving after this guy
Yep.
and get it.
Yep.
Now,
Yeah,
how
as
the
soon as
hell
he flew out of the
didn't-
plane. Yeah.
How the hell he didn't nail a piece of debris or a piece of debris didn't nail him? But he caught up to the guy real quick. He was like scanning the sky. He's a brave son of a bitch for jumping out in the first place. But he jumped out as either that or death, right? So he jumps out, finds a guy, rides him down like a tandem parachuter. I thought that was goofy as shit.
Hugh, what's your review and your score?
I agree with Carlos. I didn't hate it. I liked it. I liked it. It didn't bother me that Evans didn't have, he was very one-dimensional. That bothered me. He didn't have any kind of backstory at all. It's just, I'm just this with a mustache. I would have liked to have seen some backstory to him. I like when you develop characters a little bit, so you feel a little bit for the guy. He had no backstory, nothing.
Well, they tried though. They tried. They gave him a backstory. He went through the CIA process. He lasted like 2.5 months or 3 months, and he was. I mean, they basically described his character and his flaws, his psychopathic tendencies and malicious ways and all that stuff. And so he didn't cut it in CIA, and now he's making a shit ton of money in the private sector.
Yeah, I know what you're
So
saying.
there is a backstory, but I mean, how far do you want to go? Like to his childhood?
No, just you could have done it in one scene where this guy, killed his parents and he was, raged after that. Just anything, or maybe give him something that made him a little bit good. So you were like somewhat a little bit conflicted about the guy, but there was nothing conflicting about him at all. He was an asshole who needed to die, and he did. I liked it. I totally agree with Carlos. The parachute scene was ridiculous. First finding the other guy with the parachute who's already been gone for however many seconds, finding him in the sky, and then diving and then not breaking a bone, nothing, falling hard to the ground, and I'm good. I'm all right. Just stupid. And then very predictable, like the young girl, the daughter, the niece of Billy Bob Thornton. Man, it's like you've seen that before. Like just like Carlos was talking about, you've seen it before. There it is. He has a soft spot for her. He's going to protect her. It's almost like, why? Why does he have a soft spot?
Wait a second. I mean, not to be critical of you, but I'm going to be critical a little bit. The same thing that you were talking about that you didn't like about Chris Evans' character, you don't like about Ryan Gosling's character. They gave you a backstory. They gave you a reason why. Wait, let me finish.
Okay.
So they gave you a reason why he has a thing for this girl. They're giving you another dimension of him. There's a good side to this killer, but you don't like that part.
No, I didn't say you.
I'm sorry. I'm just repeating.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I don't like his backstory. I'm just saying it's a predictable backstory that you've seen in other movies.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
And you wish that Chris Evans' character had some sort of backstory?
Something would have been fun. Honestly,
But
Johnny, I'm not saying I don't like that he has a backstory. I like that he does. I just think I've seen that backstory before where he's close to the child, the niece of the guy who recruits him.
Right.
And then he reviews the guy who's recruited him as a father figure. And I'm like, seen that before. Could you, do something different maybe, or have some different kind of twist, or maybe it's his daughter he didn't even realize he had?
Then what's your rating?
Sorry.
That's all right. What's your rating?
I'll give it a 3.5.
Oh, wait, what the fuck?
Because it was fun. Because it was fun.
The movie didn't like it as much as Johnny and Carl. Did you give it a higher score?
Well, because it was fun. The action was fun. All of it was fun and somewhat unpredictable. So I liked it.
Chris Evans' character was perfect. He's a perfect 80s villain. Like I said, this is like just a draw of 80s movies. Because in the 80s, you're a bad guy because you're a badass. You just bark orders. There is no backstory. You just come on scene and you start killing people or telling people to kill people, and you have a mustache. 80s was pretty big for mustaches. If you had a mustache, you were a bad guy.
Or you play for the Yankees.
I play for
But,
the Yankees. Sure.
but I don't know. I think there was a backstory though. Maybe it wasn't a good backstory, but I mean,
Yeah,
it
he had
says
a
that they
backstory.
went to
Yeah.
Harvard, and then the fucking CIA commander, the Mario Van Peebles looking guy, he went to Harvard. Like they went to Harvard together. You know what I'm saying? Like there was a little bit of a backstory. It was stupid in my opinion, but there was
With the
still a
Chris,
backstory.
there was that with the Chris Evans character. I guess I
Yeah.
Yeah, he went to
forgot it.
Harvard.
Yeah.
He like played football. He went to
Oh,
and then,
all right.
then the,
all
the
right.
CIA boss went to Harvard as well. Same
Yeah,
with
throughout the movie, he
chick.
was given his backstory. He like talk about shit on the way through, all the way to the end.
All right, Laura.
You didn't
You've
take
heard
your
of-
pill, Hugh.
You heard what everyone else had to say. What's your review and your rating on the Gray Man?
I agree with Hugh on a lot of different points.
Oh my god, I
mean,
lost respect for you right now.
It was such a razzle dazzle style movie. I mean, literally the first fight takes place in a sea of fireworks. And it was style a little bit over substance. I would agree with you that most of the characters were pretty wooden, pretty propped up. But Carlos, you make a really good point about it being an 80s style movie. And that is absolutely what 80s style movies were all about. There was the backstory, like, yeah, they provided a little bit of color, but they didn't make me care. That's what it is about a backstory, is what makes you care about somebody or care what happens to them.
Right.
And I think Ryan Gosling is actually the highlight of this movie, which I'm like, how did you manage to underutilize your star? Because his lines were funny and pithy and quick, and he didn't have enough of them. And it's not that like it wanted to be a comedy or anything. It's just, it's a popcorn style movie, you know.
He did have some good, he had some good lines.
He did. And I feel like they underutilized him. And my whole thing is this movie made Mission Impossible look grounded. And that's when you're like, okay, this is in a whole new class of movies. And that's fine. It is what it is. I get a little bit irked personally when they use real government agencies like CIA and Mission Impossible. You know, it's, what is it? MI5 Mission Impossible Fund, or no, that's IMF. Impossible Mission.
Holy shit.
Whatever.
What is
Anyway,
going
but I mean, like the CIA. I watched a shit ton of Homeland, and like I feel like the CIA is just like all files, folders, and all this like bureaucracy blackmail shit. I mean, there's some exciting stuff going on, but I don't know. It just gets so fantastical. It's like, make up your own government agency. Don't try to recast the CIA as this, you know, comic book organization. And yeah, Chris Evans was not what I wanted to see in this movie. I love Chris Evans. He's my favorite actor. And he did a fine job with what he was given, but it just was what it was, is that was a little bit wooden. So overall,
what's your score? What
2
is
out of
your
5.
score? 2 out of 5. Whoa.
Mhm.
A 3.5 to a 3 to a 2.
He did play a good badass, though. I have to give it to Chris Evans. He played a good badass.
somebody
All
needs
right.
in the
I
costume
disagree
department.
though. The like I said, he was barking orders for a majority of the film. He wasn't really a badass. And then
He
like
didn't
he
do much
took
of
Billy
anything,
Bob
yeah.
Thornton's ears and he twisted them like a fucking
Yeah.
Just
like a 3-year-old,
bizarre, by
like-
the way.
He's like, I just made that up. I'm like, no, you didn't. I did that shit when I was 4.
No, seriously, he
Like-
did nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't do it. Like he was a badass.
The
at
fight
the end.
scene.
Not
Yeah,
until
at
the
the
very
end.
end. Yeah.
Even
At
the
the
fight
end.
scene when he more or less got his ass beat. I thought, yeah, of course. Do you even know how to fight?
He really did. He did get his ass beat. He
I
did.
feel like in the end, like in the beginning, it was Ryan was winning, and then Chris was winning, and then Ryan was winning. Like it was back and forth. But really, Chris Evans needs to get somebody in the costume department that knows how to freaking dress that man, because they put him in clothes that are so stupid tight. I'm just like, you look so dumb
He
in
did.
your
He looked
clothes.
like a hipster. Like, yeah, he did.
Awful.
Yeah, I don't know. I found the movie to be boring. Had nothing new to offer at all. Zero. Everything was just we've seen it all. Everything they threw at us, we've seen it all. And I was like, this is so boring. I can't take Gosling at all serious in an action role, period. I believe him more as a dancer in Hollywood and La La Land than I did in this. Because he doesn't have enough of that action emotion. You know, he's a little too bland for me to be an action star. But no, the movie was boring. Halfway through, I stopped it. I continued it like a couple hours later, and I was like, this is so boring. Even the action is boring. Like they tried to make the action so extravagant. I was like, this is kind of boring. And literally nothing. I finished the movie going, I got nothing out of this movie. Zero. Like if I paid to see this in the theater, I'd have walked out like, what a waste of my time. It was not good. It was I think everybody has high expectations out of the Russo brothers because they did Avengers. Listen, you give me properties that are established, everybody wants to see, because they don't write the movies. They didn't write Avengers, so they directed it. That doesn't mean they're gonna make a great movie next time out either. So I don't know. I'm like Laura. I'll give it a 2. The action is the only highlight, and even that I'm like, yeah.
Well, the action for me was impressive as far as like the hand-to-hand type stuff. Just the action in general, like maybe some of the car stuff and the plane stuff I could have done without, but it was somewhat believable. Like when you watch a Jason Bourne movie, you're like, all right, I can see that. You know, I could see this fight scene actually happening type of thing. With John Wick, you know, it's a little bit different because it's really extreme. He'll like make a horse kick someone's head off type of shit.
Well, that yeah, and I mean Jason Bourne is almost like that's like the Hall of Fame of like fight scenes. Like those movies are ridiculously good. I remember the first Bourne movie watching in theater going, holy shit. They had a fight in an apartment, him and some French guy or some shit. And
yeah, and he like had a magazine and he whooped his ass with it.
Yeah, and he was like
so gritty. It's like
exactly.
reality.
Super gritty, and he's kicking them like through the sink and like just going. I'm like, damn, that's I hurt. I felt that one. But this movie, nothing. I got nothing. I was like, your mustache is probably the best thing. Like,
the mustache was very distracting.
It was, wasn't it?
It was its own character.
You couldn't take him serious as a badass, like at all. It's almost like he grew it out because everybody else was like, he's not that. I don't think he's a good boss. They show up with a mustache one day. Oh, well. He definitely banged some chicks last night. Hey, good
leadership
mustache,
potential. Yeah. Get that mustache in.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't that.
You know, the sequel just got greenlit.
Not just
and
the
a spinoff
and a spinoff.
I'm guessing the Arma's getting the spinoff.
I could see that. I thought she was good. I liked her a lot.
I mean,
some of the chicks in the,
here's the thing. I mean, it's the Russo brothers. Netflix probably just fell in love with them, thinking they're gonna drive so many people to subscribe or watch. And the number one movie all time on Netflix is the one with The Rock and
Red Notice.
Red Notice with The Rock and who's the guy that played Ryan Reynolds
and Gal Gadot.
And that's because they sold it. You know, you want to see it because they were in it. It was a fun movie. But yeah, no, this one just didn't.
But you said that this was Netflix's most expensive movie?
It's their biggest budget movie, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's
why? Because of Gosling and Evans?
Action. I think just the
because
action
of the salary?
scenes.
I think it's the action scenes. I guarantee
it's all green screen. It's all green screen though.
It's not.
A lot of it is.
No, but those car chase scenes were not.
No, that plane fell apart for real, man.
That plane did fall apart for real.
What do you mean the car?
I talked to the pilot yesterday. And
remember the flare scene? The Johnny was talking about the flare scene, the real flares. So
no, yeah, you know what, that scene, he could have fucking put sparklers in his hand. It would have been the same goddamn thing.
Thank you, razzle dazzle.
So to Laura's point, I'm thinking of like one of my favorite funny lines. I did like the line where he got in the car. Well, my ego's bruised a little bit.
That was funny.
That was funny.
They underused his Gosling's potential, I think. I mean, they had the scene where he's like has his shirt off, like tending to his wounds. Dude's jacked. I mean, use that.
Yeah, bigger than I thought. He's pretty jacked.
Yeah, and also no shirtless of Chris Evans. Also very disappointing to me. I was like, Ryan Gosling,
settle down. All right.
Well, he didn't.
I mean, you really need to take your shirt off. I mean, his clothes were so skin tight. You could see.
True.
He probably couldn't take it off.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was painted on. That's why he couldn't take it off.
Horrendous.
I have to throw a point into Johnny when he was talking about John Wick, because I do like the John Wick movies. But the most unbelievable part of the last John Wick movie, falling off the building.
No, I mean
the
that
end?
ending was dumb. When
At the
fell
end,
off
when
a
he fell off the
ridiculous-
building.
It was
and
super
then
ridiculous.
somebody put him like
Wait
in a
a second.
wheelbarrow, right, and wheeled him away or something.
Yes,
a shopping
yes.
cart.
And he somehow was still alive after almost everything else was believable in some way. Some
You know
John
what?
Wick
Wait,
I
wait,
have
wait!
something-
Stop. First of all, and there's nothing believable about John Wick movies. Like absolutely nothing.
I'm just saying the guy Reeves trained for all the hand-to-hand stuff he did. I mean, he wasn't just like, faking it. He trained.
the
that
third
doesn't
one-
make it believable.
The third one is the worst one.
The
It
third
is.
one is the worst one.
Yeah.
It's just
I'm afraid
relentless.
part 4 is going to be more of that.
But the
Oh.
building scene at the end to me was the most unbelievable thing.
But the
of
third
all.
one, I'm tired.
No,
Yes.
I have something. If you watch it or just Google it, there's a woman that falls off a balcony in New York. She like climbs up a fire escape and like she tries to break in someone's house and like dude like just shoves her and she fucking goes all the way to the ground. It may be like 5 stories. She lives. So John
that
Wick it's a documentary of Hitman.
Probably something
100%
YouTube,
real.
and you're gonna Google
But
drive
to me
us
that-
about it.
But not just him falling off was unbelievable. That wasn't the most unbelievable part for me. It was when he just held up his jacket, the front part of his jacket, like it's bulletproof. I mean, he
No, it
shot at
was.
point blank. And he just
No,
held it up
I
like
thought-
Batman's cape.
I thought it was too. I thought it was too, actually.
No, it is. It's supposed to be, but come on, man. Seriously?
Number 3 is
No,
ridiculous. It's boring. The whole movie is 2 hours of him running and shooting, and you're like, oh my! I got
And
so
if I
bored
was in the
about 30
theater, I
minutes
would have
in.
walked out. And
Is
I
that
did see
the
that
one
in
with
the
Ian
theater.
McShane?
I did, and I
Ian
was I
McShane?
fell asleep
With
watching
Halle
John Wick
Berry.
3. It was
Oh,
Halle Berry was a
I didn't even
waste.
see that
Also,
one.
oh my
She was
God.
I thought she was the
She was
weakest
a
part of the
waste.
movie.
It was a
She-
waste.
I
She
saw the
was.
second one. It was like, yeah, I'm good.
Well, the
Stick with
first one, good. The second one, I was like, oh, okay. You made the action more intense. And the third one was just literally the
More
last 15
shooting.
minutes of the second one. And you're like, oh, for 2 hours? Like, this is
The
so
best part of that
boring.
movie is when he fought that dude, the guy who's coming
Yes.
after him.
And they
Yeah,
had
the
the
sword
lines
fight
with
or
each other at the
hand-to-hand
end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they actually had the hand-to-hand fight with the guns.
Yeah.
Yes. That was the best. The movie sucked. Okay, what's your rating? In the past. Anyway, movie sucked. But I'll watch part 4 because they can't give us more of the same. At least I don't think.
That's what it looked like. At first, the preview looked like more like it was sword play, like a lot more hand to hand, more of that type of stuff. But then the end of the trailer, it was more shooting. I'm like, holy shit. Here we go again.
What is John Wick getting out of it at this point? That's
He just
interesting.
has to, right? Like
It's
at first
revenge
he-
now.
Well,
yeah,
he's getting
he-
revenge, yeah, on the dude, the old guy who
Killed
ordered
his
the,
dog and
Yeah.
Yeah.
broke his car. And
God damn it.
Yeah, it's all
This
about
shit has to
revenge.
end.
Yeah, the
This
hotel
shit has
guy.
to end.
Yeah.
What other franchise just goes on too long where you're like, really? Another one? Fast and
Like
Furious.
Fast and Furious.
Yeah. Anything else come to mind?
Mission
would say-
Impossible, but I keep
I would
watching
say-
them. Sorry.
I would say the Fast and Furious have been decent about holding their own when you consider they've made like 10 of them. How many? 10?
Well, they
Or-
make money. They make a shitload of money. I mean, Tyrese and Ludacris went to space.
I'm just saying the stories
They sure
are
did.
not horrible.
Wait, you serious? You
Not
serious?
We just said
horrible.
Tyrese was in space, and you're like, that's just.
I wasn't
Yeah.
talking about that one.
They went
I
to
wasn't
space
talking
in a
about that.
He
Celica.
drove a tank
Some
across a
shit.
frozen lake.
I wasn't talking about that one. I'm talking about.
Or didn't he jump like a Lamborghini from one building to another in Dubai or something as it was falling? Was
Yes,
there
he did
another
do
one?
that. He did do that.
Or the one, was it Michelle Rodriguez or was it Vin Diesel that like jumped off
Across
of a car
that bridge
to-
by hooking.
Yeah,
his
the
cable.
cable thing, and fuck those
Yeah, yeah,
movies.
yeah.
Anyway,
I believe that
Um,
shit. I believe that shit.
yeah, you believe in Santa.
Like,
And the
I
car
believe- I
rolls
do
and
believe
tumbles
in
and that
fairies.
one.
Yeah.
Believe cars can go out of windows into other buildings.
Oh yeah, those movies. I mean, that's the idea of those movies, though. Don't ever walk to a Fast and Furious movie going, "This shit better be real." You know, as it ain't, you ain't gonna get it. But other franchises that weren't, even franchises that continued on DVD. Can you guys think of any of those? Because there's always those that give you like 3 in the theater, and then all of a sudden they're just DVD runs that you'll never
Starship
watch.
Troopers,
That's right. Starship Troopers had a DVD run. So did
Universal Soldiers.
Oh, Universal Soldier also. You know what else has a pretty good run? The Scorpion King had like 4
Oh,
other
that's
movies
right.
afterwards.
Yes, yes.
Yes. yes.
I don't think I ever saw one. I just knew they existed. It was bizarre.
So lightweight to Scorpion King. So lightweight. Lightweight.
Then you got, Rambo. But did they go on too long? No.
Well, with Rambo, what they did was they did less work on the story and then more work on the gore.
They did. They turned it up.
This story's gonna be really dumb, but I'm gonna cut his heart out.
Yeah,
or
they
when
turned
he
that
was in
shit up.
where the in
when he was in
Mexico's-
Burma.
Oh,
when he was in Burma, just cutting people in half with the gun.
yeah.
gun.
Star Wars, another franchise, way too long.
Careful,
Knock it
careful,
off. I just waiting for
careful.
Carlos to speak up. Knock it off.
Careful.
How about Star Trek? Garbage. Knock it off. Actually, the last Star Trek I didn't see.
It was good.
With Chris Pine. Anybody see that last one? I have
Yeah.
no.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, millions of people saw it.
Losers.
Everyone else on
um,
this call saw it.
My new favorite Carl Urban as Scott as the doctor McCoy.
That's right. He is
He's pretty
McCoy.
great. He's good.
I
Well,
love
the cast is really good. The
I
cast is really
I
good.
agree.
I
But
thought
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure he was going back to the boys.
I thought so
I
too.
thought
Everybody was
100%.
waiting.
what are you
right?
talking
I
about?
thought
Urban.
100%.
What are you talking
Remember
about?
that part where
Shut-
he was like, what the
Episode
fuck?
6.
Shut
What
your
the
mouth.
fuck?
Favorite.
Shut
The
your
greatest line
mouth.
in movie history. What the fuck?
Oi.
I really need to
I-
watch this scene.
wait.
I haven't seen it. All I know, I mean, clearly something sexual is going on.
Oh,
Something
hero gasm.
extremely sexual.
We'll say nothing
Can I
else.
just? I'm not going to say. I'm just going to give you a story. I'm in the UPS store getting my mail, and I'm talking to the
Instant boner.
I'm talking. That's what it was. No. So I'm talking to the girl and I'm telling her about the boys. So she's like, "Oh, tell me about it." And I told her a little bit, and she's like, "I want to watch it." The guy next to her who also worked there, he's like, "Oh man, it's a great series." And I said, "I love season 3, especially episode 6." And he's like, "Me too." And I said one word, and he goes, "Oi." And I'm like, "Fuck yeah." You know exactly what I was talking about.
Man, you just made a friend. And
I
it's hard to
did.
make friends
Yeah,
after
I
7
did.
years.
Embrace him.
Congratulations.
Write him a letter.
Yeah.
Take
Did
him
you
to
get his-
dinner. Take him to
Yeah.
just go see Top Gun. You
Oh.
motherfucker.
Did you get his
Ah.
address? You could be pen pals. Get used to that, writing notes and shit.
We'll send him some ice cream.
Look at Johnny. Look at my head right now.
Oh, his head is down. He's sad.
Hugh,
Oh.
Take him to Top Gun, buy a bucket of popcorn,
just,
put a hole in
just
that
be
motherfucker.
honest with me, Hugh. Are you gonna see it before it comes out on streaming next month?
Yes.
All
Are you
right.
lying in my
He
face
is
right now?
because I'll have it early
No.
for him.
All right, I'll tell you what, Hugh.
No,
if you do
no.
not see it by next week
No.
on this
I will,
podcast, you will send me my $50 back.
Oh,
I'm gonna see it this weekend.
Hugh,
He totally just
forgive me,
ignored what
but you
just said.
I've heard this before.
Okay.
I
not
feel
gonna
like
say
I'm
it.
listening to an old podcast because you've told me this already.
Look at
Oh,
my
you
head
know
right
what
now,
he's
Johnny.
saying.
I'm just
Johnny,
telling you if
Johnny, look at my head.
What Johnny's
I see
basically
it.
saying
That
to you,
means-
Laura, is any ice creams you don't want, send them back. The strawberry ones, I know you don't want, send them
Don't
back.
stop. My baby eats the strawberry ones.
Oh, okay,
I
there
scoop
you
out
go.
the ice cream and give that to her.
Oh, okay. There you go.
She
There you
likes it.
go. For all you fans of Rick and Morty, season 6 is coming around the corner.
what's
September
around the
4th.
corner with them.
September
September
4th episode
this year?
Yeah,
Yeah,
season
buddy.
6 is coming.
Wow,
And
that's
here's
a
an
pretty
update.
big turnaround or quick
Season
turnaround.
7 and 8 are already written and they're already being worked on.
The Joker.
Remember, they signed on for 100 episodes, new episodes. So if you're a fan of Rick and Morty, it's coming. So just hold on. If you're a fan of Xbox, they're now all in stores. I know you haven't been able to get one, but an Xbox Series X and X are available now. The ship's finally landed. If you're a fan of PS5, no go. They're
Keep
not
on
coming.
waiting.
Keep on waiting. So there you go. Not enough chips for the PS5, so they can't make them fast enough or make them at all. So there you go. There you bees. So I think our average score of the movie was 2.5, maybe 3. What do you got? 2.5?
3.
We got 2 2s.
3.
We got, yeah, you're right, because of Hugh's 3.5. It's a
That's
3.
right.
It's really a 2, everyone. Laura and I were the only right ones about this movie. The sad part is Carlos said, it's like everything else. I don't understand. It's like, I think they took a bunch of movies and they put
I
them
wasn't
together.
surprised with shit. Great score, by the way.
I mean, nothing good enough. I give it
5
4.
stars. Would stay here again. Yeah, you
Great
did have a lot of
review.
bad stuff to say. You gave it a good
Yeah, right. That's a good review. Chris Evans did nothing. He's like an 80s guy. I give it a 7. I only had a 5. What? What is not right? It's not possible. So there you go. All right, we'll take a break here on Nurse Talking the Podcast. We'll be right back after this.
Hey, how's it going? You like wizards, magic spells, and dragons? Well, we got all that and more.
Like dildos and gay-ass horses.
I'm trying to do a commercial right now, Barry.
The commercial should be about me and how your mother have a podcast.
No one wants to hear about your bullshit.
But you want to hear about your mother and
Okay,
me, don't
listen.
you?
We talk.
Me and your mother have a fantastic podcast, but it's just us making love.
I fucking hate you, Barry. I never even liked you. Now you're ruining my
But
podcast.
you know who likes me is your mother. She likes me so much she calls me Dick
You're
Wizard.
not a fucking wizard, Barry. Fuck, man. I was trying to promote my show here, man, and you fucking interrupted me about how you boning my mom. It's not cool, man.
But you know what is cool? Nerds Talking the Podcast every Friday on all podcast outlets.
I mean, they are cool. Nerds Talking the Podcast, man. So there you go, Barry. Not bad.
Also, I'll bang your mum.
Fuck you, Barry. Come on, man.
Now back to the show and his mum.
Welcome back to Nerds Talking the Podcast. Remember to download, rate, subscribe, tell your friends, review our show. New episodes every Friday. Nerds Talking the Podcast. I'm here with Johnny, Hugh, Laura, Carlos, and I'm Lafayette. I mixed it up a little bit there. I think I gave Johnny first place. He should feel very proud of himself. Very proud. He's moved up in the ranks because he's the only one with a nickname on our show. So I think he deserves it. Oh,
Buckman.
Hugh, did you ever have a nickname growing up? Any type of nickname your friends called you?
Always wanted one. Didn't get
A
one
friend
to
or a
college.
nickname?
Yeah, which one?
Always wanted a friend. Had lots of nicknames.
You really? So you didn't ever have a nickname? Okay, so no nickname
didn't.
growing up.
Not till college.
Okay.
Not till college.
Then what was it? I just asked if you ever had a nickname.
You said when you were growing up. I didn't get one till
You stopped
You grew up,
growing in
you know
college?
you grow up till you die. So go ahead. What was
Your brain is still
nickname?
developing until you're like 25. So
Wow.
So what was your nickname in college?
huge.
Huge. Oh, yeah. I
you
get it.
wish.
Oh,
Yeah.
better when a chick.
Well, Laura.
Oh, my nickname was 12 inches. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
you.
a guy named me. That's what.
What the
Of
fuck?
course. Wait a second. I want to know more
course.
about that story.
No,
Okay,
you
anyway.
don't.
All right,
You
Johnny has
butt
one,
stuff.
so we don't have to go to Johnny. What did you have a nickname growing up besides the one that Joey gave you?
And besides Buckman.
Yeah, besides fucking Buckman. That's not a fucking nickname. Like, what's a
It
nickname
stuck.
that stuck? Like with your friends, like through high school? Anything?
I had a couple, but they didn't last. There were
Nothing that
like
lasted.
dimples because my
Oh, no,
dimples
yeah, that
kind
doesn't-
of adorable. I mean, look at that shit.
No.
I think that was it.
Crybaby.
Ooh, wow.
Nope. No,
Just checking.
unless you guys called that to me behind my back.
No, I don't think we had a nickname for you. I don't believe. No, I don't believe.
Lee. Johnny Lee.
Just
Lee.
Johnny. That's all. No.
Mm.
Carlos went by 3 letters primarily.
Los.
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 Lowe's.
Lowe's. And then Hugh gave me one that stuck for a while until he moved away. It was Losaman.
Los.
Losaman.
But he's the only one that called you that. Most of your friends would call you Los or whatever.
Well, Los for sure. Yeah, yeah.
Los is still pretty cool.
Los. Yeah.
It is.
Laura, did you have a nickname?
I did. Bookie.
Mhm.
That was my
Bookie?
Yep.
And why would you have that name?
Because my last name is Book Out.
Oh,
That is, I'm married, but that is my maiden name, and I've never changed it. It's just too
Got it.
cool of a name, and so
Book out.
Bookie.
That is pretty cool.
Yep.
Laura,
Was
look
there
out.
was there any hurt feelings when you said no? I'm not changing my name.
No, I don't think so. I did make.
Did you ask him even? I don't
no,
think
it wasn't
so.
really
But
an ask.
like his
It was a
tears didn't
tell.
look genuine. So.
You're like, you're taking my last name, right?
My family was really confused, and then there was intention for me to drop my middle name and put at first book out as my middle name, and then Pache is my last name. Turns out changing your middle name is a huge pain in the ass. And so I was like, forget it.
Really? My wife
Yeah.
did that. Her maiden name is now her middle name, and then she has my last name.
It must
And
be
it was-
easier in California because in Missouri you had to go for the whole formal name change process. Like you could change just your last name to whoever you're married to, but to change your middle name, you had to go through the full name change process.
I see.
It's very
My
annoying.
buddy
I
was
like,
telling me a
forget it.
story about his friend who was he was signing up for the Navy, and his last name was Dick, and he didn't want to be called Seaman Dick, so he changed it to something else. And then because of the name change, there was like all this like paperwork stuff and like so many hoops that he had to jump through that he just didn't end up joining the Navy. It was like too much of a hassle for him, so he changed his name for nothing, basically.
That's a good story.
This is a good story.
Yeah. No, Johnny's brother has always called me Fiat, which I always thought was he just took the LA off of my name and was like, hey, Fiat, always. I'm like, oh, okay. And then Laugh and Laffy. And then high school, I was Rufio.
Rufio.
Yeah. It was funny. Like walk through the halls and you Rufio, and I'm like, why?
And you're
I
wearing
was
red today, so it seems
Rufio.
appropriate.
Ralph Macchio.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't a nickname. I was confused for him twice. So
Yeah.
which was interesting. Once playing basketball, somebody actually stopped the game and asked if I was Ralph Macchio. And once at a baseball field, I was watching. I don't know if I was watching somebody
Crane kicked
play.
that fool in the face.
Yeah, I was watching somebody play, and somebody came up to me and asked if I was Ralph Macchio, and I was like, "Excuse me." He was like, "Oh, you're not the guy from the Karate Kid." I'm like, "No, I'm not." Like, so anyway. But no, nicknames were just whatever my name was.
Crane kicked that fool too.
Yeah, like Johnny Butt stuff. I didn't get added to my name. It was just my name shortened, or that's pretty much it.
It doesn't flow. I mean, even if he wanted to pick on you and say Lafayette Butt stuff.
No,
it just doesn't-
I have too many.
It doesn't flow.
syllables
Johnny
going
Butt
on.
stuff.
Yeah,
Johnny's wearing that badge proudly, man. Yeah, it flows. Johnny
but
Butt
Laffy
stuff.
Taffy,
It
of
flows.
course. was
I
a
understand.
gimme.
I don't embrace it, but I understand.
All right, so there you go. Nicknames. Everybody had one. Hugh had one late in life, so he felt
Hugh. Nobody called you Huey.
Nobody called you Hugh.
Yeah, nobody called you Hugh. Hug her. Nobody.
No.
They called me
Okay.
Orgasm Maker, and I don't know where it came from. But what the fuck?
Go all nighter. I don't know where.
Yeah, right. I just got huge. What kind of shit is that? All right, so
Although I did have a guy give me a fraternity name, even though I didn't join their fraternity.
Flounder.
That-
Sorry, that's
Yeah,
a
what
Little
was,
House
your,
reference.
what was it? What was your
Oh,
fraternity
it's a
you never
great
joined?
name.
Can
It
I
was a
ask
great
you,
name.
Did you try to
What
join
was
the
it?
fraternity at least?
No, I had long story, but I had joined a more traditional one when I went to a different school, which was a big mistake because I was none of those guys I'm friends with. The one I should have joined
Losers.
was the entertainment university college I ended up going to, Emerson. Their fraternity was the coolest shit ever.
Okay,
Totally diverse. Anyway, the name
was it the Emerson one that gave you the name?
it was my buddy at Emerson who was
Okay.
in the fraternity. Levi.
What was his name? Is
What was
Levi.
it?
He gave
No,
you
he-
a name.
No, Levi was the name he gave me.
You wear
Why?
Levi's?
What was your friend's
You like
name?
the jackets?
His name was Rick.
Rick. That's a fucking badass name. All right, Rick. Good
Rick.
job, buddy. Levi. I don't understand the
Levi.
Levi part. but
Why
that's cool,
Levi?
bro.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
Levi.
I actually don't
Uh-huh.
know why the name would have been Levi, but
I wonder.
Yeah, but why is it so good? Because you were.
I just like the name. I just like the name Levi. I think
It
it's
is a
very
cool name. I mean,
And in
I
fact,
could see you being a Levi.
It
It
No.
depends. I know a Levi.
We
Yeah, that's
know
so
we know a
cool.
we
Levi.
know a
He's a
Levi.
fucking
and He
douchebag.
ain't fucking cool for shit.
And
He's
I
a
have-
fucking jerk off.
I actually have a whole takeoff on my name using Levi. Levi D. Hughes, Hughes, Levi, and the D is actually my middle
Dick.
name.
You know, I'm over this.
Holy
fucking
Donald.
story.
fucking
I think
shit.
he
What
gave
the
you the
fuck
name
is-
Levi
That's right, Johnny.
because
That's right,
What
Johnny.
just happened here?
you know what it was? It's because when you were drunk, he removed your Levi's to see if you were huge, and then he gave you the name Levi when you woke up.
Oh,
And it
so-
turns out you had a
How-
tiny D in
How
the
did you
middle.
know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, you woke up. He's like, hey, Levi, you're more of a lowercase D. Excuse me? Sorry, buddy.
Laffy Taffy, how did you know that?
I know
Like
everything.
tall guys, you call them shorty and
I
stuff
know
like that.
everything.
I see what happened.
I know
You're
everything,
huge,
man.
Hugh.
All right, let's move on to a food you missed that you can no longer get because it's either just discontinued or the company went under and it's no longer available for you. Is there one you can think of? A food you miss you can no longer get your little grubby hands on. Maybe even a food that was discontinued at a fast food joint. Anything. Carlos, you're first.
Well, for me, it's not a food. For me, it's a dessert. It's the pudding pop. Man, I used to love the Jello pudding pops.
Was canceled
And-
along with Bill Cosby. It's like gotta go.
Wait,
Yeah,
Well, it
for
got canceled
that.
far before.
I
Bill
would
Cosby.
eat a pudding pop and I would wake up 3 days later and my butthole would hurt.
Yes, well, because that guy Rick was around. But go ahead. Yeah, man, pudding pops, great call. Oh my, those were addicting as hell. Holy shit.
Yeah. And I even emailed them back in the early 2000s. I emailed, I forget who makes Jello, but I emailed them. I'm like, hey man, what happened to the pudding pops?
And
They told me they just discontinued them, but they came back for a little bit and they went away again. And that's why I emailed them. Hey, where the pudding pops at?
Remember, like on the outside, they had like the icy, like yeah. That was the pudding pops are so good.
the texture is
Oh my
very
God.
specific as opposed to like a
Yes.
fudgesicle or something. The Jello pudding pop is very distinctive.
All right.
Oh,
We got a
yeah.
pudding pop on the board. Johnny, you have
So
something.
I think only 3 people on this show are going to remember this, but from the ice cream truck specifically, the WWF ice cream.
the cookie
On
Yes.
one side, it had a
Yes.
cookie, and then there was like a picture of a wrestler. The other side was, or in the middle was ice cream, and then the other side was chocolate or something like that. It cost $2, and at the time, it was
That's
ridiculous.
expensive.
Yeah, it's expensive because a
Some
popsicle's
Mercedes of cookies.
25 cents. Even that malt was $1. This thing was $2, and it was well worth it.
And you didn't know what wrestler you're gonna get, so like you'd get Sergeant Slaughter, and I'd get fucking Nikolai Volkov, and I'm like, what the fuck? I paid $2 for this fucking Russian. I want Hogan, man.
Was the
Oh,
picture all
yeah.
blurry? Wait, was the picture like on the packaging or on
No,
the
no,
ice
no.
cream
It was
itself?
on the
actual
cookie.
cookie, and it was like
That's
a
pretty cool.
cartoon version of the character. I mean, it's realistic looking, but a cartoon version.
And the cookie
And,
was similar to like the cookie on a Twix.
Yeah, so good.
It was so good.
Sounds
It
So
didn't last for
good.
long,
Did
but
not. Did
and
not.
you I don't know where ice cream vendors go to get their stuff because they have different stuff than what's available at the grocery store.
They go to wholesalers, but they can only get through there. Gotta go to the wholesaler because they get direct from the ice cream manufacturer, so on and so forth.
I bet if
Hugh.
I go to Hacksaw Jim Duggan himself,
Ooh,
he'll probably
he
have
has
some
like
of his
10
ice
left.
creams
All right,
after
Hugh,
I hire him for my birthday party.
How is he even still alive? That guy.
do you have a food that you can no longer get that you remember, even as a child, or maybe?
Yep.
Okay, what is it?
3.
Okay.
First, they're just snack. They're more snack-like foods, but Piccadilly was a company that made salt and vinegar chips, and they would make it in a canister. It was like the best chip I've ever had, bar none. Gone. Second, as a kid, especially in New England, Peggy Lawton cookies, choco chip cookies. They were like 3 to a package, shrink wrap package. Tremendous. And then last, a candy, Canada mints, wintergreen, and I've forgotten the other flavor, but they supposedly are being remade by a new company, but they went away for a long time, and I don't know if they're actually being remade. There you go.
There you go. So we got ourselves 2 ice creams.
A mint
Actually,
made your top.
actually, we got 3 ice
Yeah,
creams.
they were tremendous, like
My bad.
thick mints, like not just a little tiny mint, but yeah, it was a great
like
candy.
a Mentos.
Bigger.
So we have 2 ice
Huge.
creams.
Like
If
We
you
have
look up
salt-
look up Canada mints, you'll see what I'm talking
we
about.
have salt and vinegar chips, chocolate chips, and mints. I guess mint, chocolate mints or Canadian mints. I don't know.
Peggy Lawton cookies.
Peggy Lawton
Canada.
cookies.
And
Canada.
Hugh,
All right,
one of your
Laura.
other candies that you like is discontinued. The Necco wafers.
Yes, same company. Yeah, it was a company in Cambridge, Massachusetts, made Necco wafers. Yes.
Mm,
Necco's
All right.
discontinued?
Yep.
It's being
yes.
remade by a new company, but
But Necco,
any-
yeah, it's
can
been
it-
gone for a while.
can anybody tell you what Necco stands for? New England Confectionery.
Necrophiliac. Oh,
New England Confectionery Company.
You didn't let me answer, dude.
If you
I was
say
gonna
so.
that.
You really,
Yeah.
you really
No
didn't
one-
give us a chance
no
to-
one
to
knew
win.
the
You gave me
answer.
no chance. I was
Nobody
gonna say
knew the
New
answer.
England confectionery conditioning. Yeah, I was wrong.
Well,
by
mine
one.
is actually has some connection to the Necco company because the conversation hearts, the classic
Yes. those are great.
Valentine's Day conversation hearts, the sweethearts, not the sweet tarts, not the sweethearts. Necco used to make them, and they were in the classic flavors, and they tasted like chalk, and I fucking loved them every year. I would buy a huge bag and I'd eat on it through the whole month. And they changed companies, or like they changed recipes, and then they got like all blue. They're like, we got rid of all of our artificial ingredients, and now they're green apple and blue raspberry. And I'm like, these are a tragedy. And they were terrible. And then they went back to their original recipe, but it's still not quite the same. So that's one.
You just admitted that
another
they
one.
tasted like chalk, and
But they were
No,
great
I
though.
still
She's
love
right.
them.
She was right. They're great. They're absolutely great.
The wintergreen one and the banana. are
And they
my
would hurt your
absolute
teeth
favorite.
they would hurt your teeth when you would crunch. Like, oh,
You
fuck,
can only
it's-
eat so many because you're gonna crack your teeth in half.
It's true.
And my second one is, I feel like I dream about it on a semi-regular basis, is the Breyers fruit rainbow ice cream. I don't know if anybody else remembers this, but Breyers, in the same like square black container that they have now, they used to have a fruit rainbow ice cream that had like 5 flavors in it. And it was so brightly colored. So like it made my brain short circuit as a child, because it's just so bright. And each stripe was a different flavor. Oh, it was so good. God, it was amazing.
There you go. There it is. Mine is the O. Henry bar, the chocolate bar. The O.
They
Henry
definitely
bar.
still make those.
I
it's a
don't know.
Canadian bar, man.
They discontinued it in the United States in 2000.
You can get them at a Cracker Barrel. Do you guys have Cracker Barrel where you
We
are?
do have
Used
Cracker
to,
Barrel.
used
yeah,
to.
we do. We do have Cracker Barrel.
Go to a
Barrel.
Cracker Barrel. I
Are
guarantee
you
they have an
well?
O. Henry.
That means they're importing them from Canada because
I
they
You
don't.
can also get them at a Cost Plus.
They well, yeah, because Cost
Ooh.
Plus imports all those Canadian candy bars.
Laura, I'm seeing a website that sells the Breyers Rainbow.
Send it to me.
You know what? I'm done sending you ice cream.
No, you don't. No. Send me the link,
the
not the
website.
ice cream. Send me the link.
I feel
Laura.
like you're getting spoiled now.
I meant the link. Send me
Laura.
the link.
I think Necco is now being remade by a company called Spangler, which I looked it up.
I have
and
no
I
idea.
don't even like
No
it already.
clue.
No,
Spangler,
it's-
Spanky. No, I'm not into it.
No, it's not the same. I'm with you. I'm just saying Necco totally closed down. They were in Cambridge, Mass, and the business closed. So
All right. Well, there you go. Now that we're on the topic of food, we're gonna go to the Ice Cream Hall of Fame. These are prepackaged single-serve ice creams, such as an It's It, as we all talked about before, a drumstick, or as Johnny brought up, the WWF wrestling bars. Give me your 3. We'll go around the horn one at a time. Your Ice Cream Hall of Fame. We'll start with Laura. Give me 1. Ice Cream Hall of Fame.
Sorry, I'm distracted. I was looking at the link that
Rainbow
Johnny
ice
sent
cream.
me. I was looking at my fruit rainbow ice cream. Favorite a drumstick. You can't go wrong with a drumstick.
All
Man,
right,
you get-
drumstick.
Get
on the
down to that
board.
little nibby at the bottom with the
I
chocolate.
know, right?
Can't go
The
wrong.
crunchy part. Yeah. Carlos, Ice Cream Hall of Fame.
The Superstar.
Okay.
The,
got
fudge and
this.
banana.
Okay. We got the superstar on the board. Johnny, Ice Cream Hall of Fame. Think about it. Better be good.
I'm gonna say the malt cup from the Ice Cream Man.
Oh,
Cost $1. It's $1.
Yeah.
And they
yeah,
give
it's
you a little
always
wooden
buck.
spoon.
That's right. Oh, that wooden spoon sucked, but yes.
oh, I
You-
hated wooden spoons. It would make
Give
me.
me, well, because
It's
your
better
mom
than paper
slapped you with
straws.
them or
That's for
something.
damn sure.
All right, Hugh, give me your entry to the Ice Cream Hall of Fame.
So I'm going to go with Klondike because I love Klondike's
Ooh,
ice
those
cream
are
bars.
good. Those are
And
good.
what
Ice
would
cream
you
bar.
do for a Klondike?
Yeah, what would you do for Klondike? Would you kill someone?
You got dark quick.
Well, as a matter of fact,
Go straight to the the darkest part.
And I sentence you to death for killing someone over a Klondike.
Yep. I'll go with I'll go with an It's It. Yeah. Well, then it's it. It's just so damn good. So it's on my list. Laura, your second one.
I will go with a classic ice cream sandwich.
Yes. Napoleon or just vanilla?
Oh, no, just vanilla.
Okay.
I don't like chocolate ice cream, just vanilla.
Gotcha. Carlos? I think sandwich is going to be high on this list.
This definitely has to go in my Hall of Fame of ice cream. The Twin Pop.
The Twin Pop.
Because
classic.
Remember
25 cents, split it in
25
half.
cents. And then if you didn't have any money and one of your friends bought one, give me half, split it in half. You always
Always.
begging. Or
Do
you're
you
like, "I'll buy
remember
one next
splitting it
time,"
in half and then
and
like
break?
and the break
top would break off?
the
Yep.
top would break off, so it looks
Yep.
like a L.
But you always have to break it in the package. You're stupid enough to open it and try to break it. You're an idiot. Like you
Follow
break
the
it in the
ground.
package. That Twin Pop definitely is a Hall of Famer. Johnny, Hall of Fame. I think he's looking it up.
I am. I'm looking at. I just Googled ice cream truck menu, and there's a lot of good looking stuff here.
No, you can't get it now. Just give me one.
I can get it right now if I want to. I'm
That would
fucking
be-
rich.
That'd be
DoorDash
hilarious.
that shit.
Well, I was
Get the
gonna say,
ice
what if you
cream
could
man over
DoorDash
here.
and the ice cream man just pulls up just for one ice cream.
Snickers ice cream bar.
Oh, those are so good.
They're so good.
So good. Okay, there you go. Hugh. I told you bars and sandwiches are gonna just destroy this list.
You know what I used to love was a fudgicle.
Yeah.
Say that again.
A fudgicle.
Yeah.
Say it one more time.
Fudgicle.
Fudgicle.
I hear it too.
It's not a fudge sickle.
No, let it go.
Fudgicle.
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 A fudgicle.
I think he's having a fucking stroke right now.
Yeah, he is. He's.
And wouldn't you be sad if that were happening?
It's because we brought him.
I'd be sad because you hadn't seen Top Gun before you fucking died, you dickhead.
You gotta see Top Gun before you die. It's the rule in
Fudgicle.
America.
Fudgicle.
Fudgicle.
A
Oh my god, I
fudgicle.
thought you were 3 years old for a second.
A fudgicle.
A
This
fudgicle.
is This is more. Remember the icy? You guys remember the icy?
I
It was
hated
Like an otter
icy.
pop. Like an
Long.
otter
I
pop.
hated icy.
Goddamn, like a foot long otter pop.
Cut your lips on this side.
Yeah, but they were massive.
Oh, those
my
are delicious.
God.
I love
There's a
them.
reason why you can get 100 of them for like $6.
Yeah, because you
can.
eat like 6 at a time. That's why.
Right. Well, not that you couldn't do that with the icy though. Icy.
Oh,
was
not the big
massive.
ones. Yeah, too big.
Yeah, it sounds totally horrible, but yes. Okay, Johnny. Oh, is it Carlos? Yeah, Carlos, your third and final entry to the ice
And
cream.
Laura's
Hall of
first.
Fame.
Dumb.
No, weren't you first? I forgot.
I was first. Yeah.
You've gotten
Laura's
too much ice cream already. Laura, your final entry to the.
I would go with the
Yes, I-
strawberry shortcake bar, like the one that's like covered in those little like weird balls, and you're like,
Yes,
I don't know
yes.
why this is so good, but it is.
I'm
Weren't
sorry,
the
what?
balls kind of like they weren't
They were
gum. They
sprinkles.
were.
No,
No.
they're like
Sprinkles
cake
balls.
almost. Like they're like
Oh, was it
little
really?
weird.
Yeah, that's right. Like little
cake.
balls of cake.
Yeah, it's a very strange texture, but you know what? It's really good.
That's right. Because remember the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles had the eyeballs. You could take them out, and they're like
Yeah.
they weren't.
It's a
gum,
gum
but-
gumball.
Was it gum? Okay.
It was
It was a
gum.
gumball. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we got strawberry shortcake. Carlos, your third and final entry into the Hall of Fame.
Well, I too was gonna go with the Snicker bar because that is a great ice cream. But Johnny already has it in the Hall of Fame, so I'm gonna go with the push-up.
Push pop?
Orange
The push
sherbet.
pop.
The sherbet push up. Yeah, that's a
yeah,
classic.
the push up. It's a push up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really
Yes,
did
yes,
love
yes,
that
yes.
one. And then, yeah, I think I was also really poor at the time. So I just remember like tearing up the cone and just licking the inside,
Oh, the cardboard
came with-
tube.
the cardboard tube. Yeah.
And it came with that like weird thing at the bottom where like
To
when you were
push
done
it
with the
up.
plastic
Yeah.
bit, yeah, you could like turn it around and it looked like, I don't know, a little swing or something. I would play with that when I was a kid. Put my little Polly Pockets in there and like, yeah, you're gonna swing now or something. And it
You
was
get
fun.
your 50 cents worth for sure.
There you
Right.
go.
All right. Hugh, you're on the board.
Ooh.
What is your next one?
Well, because many have already been put there, I had to go to the creamsicle.
Oh,
50-50
yeah.
bar, orange and vanilla.
I did love the creamsicle.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can still get it. I forget which brand makes it, but they have like different flavors, like cherry and grape now. It's still delicious. Still among my favorites. So good call, Hugh.
There you go. And finally, we had the sandwich. We had so many good ones that when you
You know what?
I'm
I'm gonna throw the Choco Taco on there just out of respect.
Taco
I
is
would've.
gonna make it.
I would've,
Choco
yes.
Taco makes
Out of
our
respect.
list as the final piece.
Yep.
The Choco
A little messy though, like an It's It. Little
It is,
messy.
it is.
Because
You
you
have to-
can't bite clean through.
But you got to keep it in the package, just like It's It. You can't try to take it out. And
Even then, you're not safe, man.
that is very true. Very true. As we eat
I had
ice
to
cream.
wash that orange shirt twice.
Oh, that's right. The fucking orange shirt. All right, there you go. Ice Cream Hall of Fame people. We'll get your ice creams because they're discontinued, one of the best. But don't let the rest get discontinued. Go buy them, even in inflation. Go buy all the ice cream you can. Do not let it go. There you go.
It'll be currency in the new world.
Yeah, it'll be ice cream. You show up with a Choco Taco like a brick of gold.
I want to live in that world.
You live
Where
in it
people are
already.
fighting in the streets
You
for
fucking
Choco
live in it.
Tacos.
Yeah, all the money just ice cream.
And there's like all these knockoff ones, Chico tacos and
And you know
tacos
how,
with a
like,
K.
You know how everybody wants to live and like on the beaches. No. All of a sudden Alaska is really popular and like everywhere's cold. Everyone wants to live there now because the ice creams you can just take them outside; they'll never melt.
Just your whole front yard full of ice cream.
I
love it.
Um,
Oh, you
never
know what,
got messy.
Laura? I had
Yep.
a food question for you.
mm.
Joey Valentine had brought this up because you were mentioning local foods, but you didn't mention toasted ravioli or a gooey cake or something like that.
Ooey,
Gooey butter cake.
Okay.
No, I mean we our conversation on food was cut short. Understandably, I feel like we've been talking a lot about food on this podcast ever since I joined. I apologize to all of my co-hosts and the listener. But yeah, toasted ravioli is fantastic. It's the St. Louis thing. It's you toss it with breadcrumbs and then deep fry it. It's fantastic.
Is there a spot you go to for it? Where's the best one? Or are they
honestly,
all the same around the town?
No, they're not all the same. There's a place near, like any Italian place in St. Louis has them, and so it's just like some are better than others. But even a bad toasted ravioli is a really good toasted ravioli.
Right, like
one,
pizza, right? I mean, even
Yeah.
a bad pizza is good pizza.
exactly. But there's a couple Italian places nearby, and something my husband orders consistently, and I never order it, but I'll take one or two of his. Pasta House has really good ones. And then a gooey butter cake, which is a dessert that's really freaking sweet. I'm not really crazy about it. It's like a shit ton of butter and like cake mix smashed down. I don't know. It's a St. Louis thing. It's good. It is good. But after you've had like one or two of them, you're like, okay.
Your description of it just does not make me want to try one at all.
It's very
It's just
popular.
bleh. Like, you
It's
know
fine.
how you
It's
throw
fine.
up? It's like, and then you charge
I mean-
someone $6 for it.
I'm gonna go back to what you said because this is a common thing people say. Even bad pizza is good. I mean, there's bad pizza.
No, it's
there's
not.
some-
No, it's not.
There's some
No,
shit
no.
pizza where you're like, this is garbage. Like,
Nope,
Except
it's
for
not.
emos. I hate emos, but
there's just some pizza out there that where you're like, nope.
Is
Nope.
emo a place or a person? Like an emo?
emos
I
is
hate
the
emos,
most-
dude.
dude making pizza.
emos. Maybe it was a person, but it's the like St. Louis style pizza chain. I can't stand their pizza. It's the only pizza that I won't eat. I would rather have a frozen pizza or a $5 Little Caesars hot and ready pizza than a $20 emo pizza. It's just
Yeah,
not good.
fuck emos. They're not sponsors,
Yeah.
right, Carlos?
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
They are not, nor will they be.
yeah. I guess I can say F and anybody afterwards. So
Yeah, pretty
I
much.
don't have any sponsors. So.
I have another ice cream question though.
Okay.
Has anybody ever had the Baskin Robbins Rainbow Sherbet Freeze?
No, I don't go to Baskin.
Rainbow sherbet freeze. Like,
Well,
is it
first,
one of
is
those
anybody-
Scoopables?
Has anybody ever had rainbow sherbet?
Yes, delicious. Love
I
it.
do, I agree. So all it is mixed with Sprite and it's I'm sure it's done many places, but I typically get it at Baskin Robbins. It's amazing.
That sounds good. I'm into fruity ice creams a lot, so that sounds very tasty.
Yeah, it's just mixed with Sprite. It's amazing.
It's like a root beer float, only with sherbet.
Except it's mixed though, not with the floating. Yeah,
Oh, okay. Blend.
totally.
Got it.
Yeah, totally mixed up. Yeah.
Johnny, do you have any more food questions?
Get them all out now. We can't talk about food
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah.
I'm gonna get a wrap.
Yeah. If
I don't want this kind of pressure. This is my last
Johnny,
food
come
question
on.
ever. Come on.
no, this is for the show. Any more food questions?
No, that's the only
Okay,
food
good.
question for Laura. What?
Good.
What? What's wrong with food questions?
Good job. Good.
I mean,
You
I
like talking
love.
food,
I can
man.
talk food all day.
That's
I
what I'm
mean,
saying.
I can too.
I mean, foodie food. We're gonna have a spin-off show.
So we can
Starts
talk.
talking food.
Let's do
We
it.
can talk about
Johnny. You and me.
pizza.
We're talking about two things today: the boys or food. What you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, right. As
We
your
should talk
options.
about- we
As your
should-
only options.
We should talk about what makes great pizza.
What does make great pizza?
Thick or thin?
Cracker
Thick or
crust.
thin?
Okay,
Thick or thin?
this is our final segment of today's show. What makes a great pizza? What three things make a great pizza? We'll start with Hugh since he brought it up. What three things make a great pizza?
Thin,
Okay.
minimal dough.
Okay. That's what thin is.
Well, I mean, even at the end,
Gotcha.
minimal dough at the end.
Edge to edge toppings. Like
Yes, foldable. Basically, New York pizza. Basically, it's my style. Not Chicago. Not thick.
I'm not
Wait
a
a
fan
second.
of
So
the
basically,
floppy thin crust.
Your pizza is a thin New York style. That's number one.
Yeah, yeah.
What's number two? No, what's number two? Like what you need on a pizza? Like what makes it good? I mean, yeah, okay, it's
Oh.
thin. What else?
Well, I don't. Typically I would have been like pepperoni and cheese or extra
Okay.
cheese.
Gotcha.
But more recently, I've had something very close to where I am right now, and it was with all the meats, and I was like, "This is fucking
I know what you're
amazing."
talking about emos. All right.
No, it wasn't emo. So I have, I've changed. I've been like, wow, that was
You've
really good.
evolved. Your pizza has evolved.
I'm picturing a guy dressed in all black and fucking long hair, just making a pizza all sad.
Tossing
And-
dough in the
and
air.
like, yeah.
And
It's
emos.
Every time he
emos with an
tosses it
I.
up-
It's
Every time he tosses it up, he
I-M-O.
flips his bangs out of the way.
Right, yeah, exactly.
I don't need this.
You won't like my ingredients though. I like weird, strange things on pizza.
What are your strange ingredients?
I like green olives.
That's
I
not
like
strange.
I like feta. Sometimes I like
Not really, together
uh,
though.
Yeah.
Oh, go to hell. Okay,
On
I'll
a
move on.
pizza?
Yes.
Johnny, give me your.
What I don't
food.
like is fruit. I'm not big on
Who
fruit.
puts fruit on. Okay, pineapple.
Pineapple.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah, buddy. Okay, Johnny, give me your three. What makes a good pizza?
Think you need a good ratio. You can't have too much sauce, you can't have too much dough, and it has to have meat. If you like just cheese pizza or a vegetarian pizza, you can go fuck yourself because you need meat on a pizza. Period.
Food snob. Just
Yeah.
fucking food snob on the show. Yes. That's it though. That's your three criteria though.
Yeah, just a good ratio because I've had the Chicago style. I've had the New York style. I would prefer thinner crust, but I've had really good Chicago style
No,
pizza. As long as the
same here.
ratio is good. I mean, as long as they don't have too much of one thing. Like when they do the triple meat supreme or
Nope.
fucking baconator pizza or some shit like
Mhm.
that. It's just too much.
And too much grease and just
Yeah.
I've had some great Chicago pizza in Chicago. So
Big on it. Just no. It's
Beach
just
too.
like,
all right. Laura, what are your three criteria to make a great pizza?
I really like crusts that are either cracker crust, like snappy, very, very thin, or I like a chewy, kind of thick crust, actually. People who don't eat their pizza crusts confound me. Like you're leaving the literal best part of the pizza laying on
Depends though,
your
right?
plate.
Because some
And I'm like,
crusts are
I
like
will take it
phenomenal.
from you. Do you not
Right.
want it? Because I will take it
Yeah,
off your
yeah,
plate
yeah.
and eat
Oh
it.
yeah, no, some crusts you cannot pass up.
Yeah, they're delicious. So I would say probably if I were to choose a favorite, it would be that thicker, chewy crust.
Okay.
Not too much sauce,
Mhm,
and then toppings. I'm pretty equal opportunity. Though, Johnny, I might have to go fuck myself because it usually does not have meat on it because I really enjoy just like, like a margarita pizza, that just has the mozzarella and basil.
What Johnny
on
doesn't
it.
know is he
So good.
insulted you before.
No, I'm fine. I mean, we all have. I respect other people's opinions. It's fine.
Not Johnny's.
You ever
Okay.
dip?
I'm
Do you
not
ever
against meat, but just not.
do you ever dip
If
your
that's-
crust?
Generally, I just want to eat it. I don't really need to. I mean, if there's dipping sauce available, yeah, sure. Like Papa John's got that garlic stuff. Ugh.
Yeah.
That's good
But
stuff.
I just like bread.
But
All right.
I will say, like, if it's your only option, if you're eating a pizza by yourself, ordering a pizza by yourself, you're not gonna go margarita, are you?
I will.
Ooh, margarita's good.
All right, then
Margarita is
you
good.
were
or a
right.
veggie
Margarita's
pizza,
great.
because I really like.
You were
my
right
olives.
before. You can go
I-
fuck yourself.
Margarita is great.
Is she?
With her.
Don't
She's
tell
great.
the
That's
wife.
great.
Don't tell the wife. Don't do it here. Don't tell her. Don't walk into your house. I got margarita here. Oh, okay, Carlos. What's your 3 pizza criteria to make a good pizza?
Thin crust, pepperoni, and bell
free.
peppers.
No,
That's it.
Wait,
That's it.
red or green bell peppers?
Green.
Green. Okay.
Green.
good
I
call.
love the Pizza Hut thin crust pizza.
Yes.
I don't think I've ever had.
Yes,
I
mine
can eat
is
that whole thing all by myself.
round table pan. It's like the perfect like crust. Like it's see, for me, good pizza is not the toppings. It's how good is the sauce. Cheese is cheese. How good is your sauce? It kills a pizza if you have shitty sauce. Doesn't have to be extra. Just if your sauce, like Papa John's, not good sauce. Pizza's not horrible, not good sauce. Round table, great sauce. Then sauce is a big thing. Toppings, you get whatever toppings you want. It's your choice. That's not what makes a great pizza. It's what makes the pizza is the sauce. Is there bad cheese? I don't know. Carlos used to work at Little Caesars. He might know if there's bad cheese, but
I don't think
makes a
Little Caesars.
sauce?
I don't think Little Caesars has cheese.
it's just wood.
Cheese
Shavings,
product.
wood shavings.
But what makes a sauce good? Like, is it not like what is it not punchy enough, not acidic enough? What makes it good?
That's what it is. I think it has to be a little sweet. It has to be a little bit sweet, right? Like you have to get that sweetness of the tomato. Like I don't know. The sauce to me, sauce makes a pizza. You can have bad pizza because I've had New York pizza where you're like, did you guys just take a paintbrush and just wipe some red mark on it and threw some cheese on top? What the fuck is that? I can't taste anything. I just taste cheese. Like even your cardboard crust ain't saving you. Sauce makes a pizza to me. Like you gotta have good. Like when you get a Chicago style pizza, it's a lot of sauce, but it's chunks of tomato too, and it makes it so much better. Like, if you guys ever been to BJ's? Of course, who hasn't been to BJ's? Laura's like, what the fuck's a BJ? Ask your husband.
Yeah, my wife doesn't know either. So.
After marriage, women rarely do. They forget.
I should
So
take the ring
BJ's,
off.
True.
it's a brew house / restaurant that is known for their pizza, and their sauce is amazing. But their crust is really soft like a pillow. It's a little too much.
Yeah,
But-
deep dish.
It's deep dish, but it's not true deep dish. It's just bullshit lies. Deep dish isn't a thick. It is not a thick crust. It's a very thin crust, a ton of shit piled on top. Theirs isn't thin. It's a fluffy, type of crust that then they pile shit on top, and it's like 1,000 calories a bite type of pizza.
Fluffy is an interesting crust description. I don't think I've
Yeah,
ever had
yeah,
pizza with
yeah.
fluffy crust.
It's fluffy. It's a fluffy. Johnny knows fluffy, right?
I know
Johnny?
fluffers.
Over at BJ's. So yeah,
At Round Table they have one called the Italian Garlic Supreme. That's they have like a garlic sauce instead of tomato sauce,
Right.
and then to substitute they'll put little tomatoes on top. It's my favorite pizza there. It's amazing.
They put tomatoes
But-
on top. What is it called again?
Italian Garlic
It can go
Supreme.
fuck itself. All right.
Wait,
I
hey,
agree. I am with Lafayette. If it doesn't have
you-
tomato sauce on it,
It
it's
has
not
to
a
have
pizza.
tomato. You know what I
Yeah.
hate I hate when somebody shows up with, "Hey, I got
The
cauliflower
chicken one.
pizza, the cauliflower
white
crust
pizza.
pizza, and then I
Yeah,
got like
yeah,
this
yeah.
really good garlic sauce on it, and then on top I put some feta, and I hope you guys like olives. That's what I fucking hope
Green
you like.
olives.
Hope you like, get the fuck out of my house.
and they have to be
Turn around.
imported. No, wait. You have to give it a try. I will.
No.
You know what? I'm sending everyone pizzas. This is my thing now. Sending everyone pizzas. So
Hey,
the
Johnny,
last.
I don't like Netflix. Can you please?
I'm
pay
paying for your Netflix.
You
I'm
get a
trying to get
car.
rid of
You
this
get a
fucking
car.
butt stuff nickname and be a Johnny Santa Claus instead.
Johnny,
Johnny
Claus.
making it
Claus.
rain. That's
Yeah.
my nickname for you.
Yeah, Johnny Rain. There you go.
Yeah.
That sounds even better.
That sounds like a
Rain.
Mortal Kombat character. Johnny
Yeah.
Rain.
Oh, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's my
I'm not,
porn name.
you know what? No one wants to hear about you, Levi. Just sit over there. Yeah.
So
um,
if you try it, be careful because it might give you a little gas.
oh,
Uh,
that's all right.
So one time, I think the combination of the garlic supreme and wheat beer, I think I was drinking Blue Moon, just makes you a little farty. And so one time, I had the pizza, and then we went to a bowling alley, and I went to the bathroom, and I farted in the bathroom. I walked, a typical bowling alley up to the bar. And I was like, hey, can I get a tall Blue Moon? She's like, what the fuck is that smell? And there's like nobody else there. And she was like, oh, like just like almost fucking vomiting. And I was like, oh, I don't know. I smell it too. Like I'm the only one there. Just me and this poor lady. And before she helps me, she fucking unloads a whole can of Lysol in the air. And I mean, I gave her a good tip because I felt bad for gassing her out. But at the same time,
If you were in the bathroom, you didn't think that it was coming with you that much.
I'm just, anyways.
Did
so when
you
I
shit
sent
your pants by mistake?
yeah, like what
no,
happened? Like
it's a combination. I'm
of
sending
garlic.
you all pizzas.
everyone wants your fucking garlic.
And be
pizza.
careful.
That makes it shit pants in bowling alleys.
I didn't shit my pants. I just almost killed somebody.
Johnny shit pants. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Your name
I
is
thought I
not
was
work.
Johnny Rain.
Nope. You're not
Now I
Johnny
rained
Shit
in my
Pants.
pants.
Johnny shit pants.
I'm never gonna have a good nickname like Hugh.
You know Joey's gonna use that shit too. Yeah. I
Oh,
mean
yeah.
Hugh did win the nickname game. My friends call me Huge. Like fuck, okay, you won. Okay, we get it. Like, all right. Well, there we go. That's our show. Anything left before we leave? Hugh's gonna see Top Gun, we think. And when
What
you
are the
do
bets?
see it, you do gotta tell us about it. So
No, I'm planning it.
Okay, so
Good.
there's a week, and we're gonna take bets.
all right.
There's gonna be a pool, like the Super Bowl pool. Who here thinks Hugh is gonna see Top Gun? Lafayette.
Well, are we gonna like a Super Bowl pool? Do you give me numbers like 2 days from now, 3 days from now? Like what? Like is that
No,
how we're
by
doing it?
next week.
Oh, I think he'll see it by next week. Yeah.
Carlos,
No.
Hey, we gotta know on the board.
Laura,
Oh, pressure.
No.
Hugh. What do you think? Do you think you're gonna see it?
You?
Yes.
All right.
We've
Hey,
got
Johnny?
2 yeses and 3
Oh,
no's because
one
my
yes
vote.
doesn't- No, one. Yeah. There's a no. I already fucking know it.
Wait,
Yep.
did you say yes?
No, I said yes.
Well,
Yes,
what's the
that he's
pool?
gonna see it.
What's
Yeah,
the
he will
pool?
see it. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe you have to just send my $50 back if you don't see it.
I could do
Wait,
that. I
I
could
think
do that.
nobody wins here, Hugh.
Just
Well,
send them a selfie.
hey, so
like
Hugh,
you with the screen coming up.
Oh, that's what I'll do.
Ooh, yeah.
That's
Hugh,
what I'll do.
Hugh, I'm the only one that has faith in you.
Thank you, Lafayette.
So I'm fucked.
Laffy,
All right.
Laffy Taffy.
All right, that's our show. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you every single Friday. So for Laura,
Bye.
you know, I was thinking the way you say that. You guys remember Marie used to say every time we asked her what to say at the end?
Oh God, did she say it like that? I'll have to
You
redo
said
it.
the exact
did.
same,
Ah.
the exact
Did.
same way.
Well, no, I was gonna
Yeah,
ask.
she'd be
I was
like,
gonna ask at the
"Bye."
beginning of the show. Is that like a woman thing? Because I have a coworker who does the same thing when she says bye.
It's kind of a joke. My Rachel and I
Oh.
kind of do stuff like that. We're like, bye.
I
Like,
thought you were
it's
doing it
goofy.
because you were like mocking Marie.
No,
And then I,
w-
thought that's very mean of you to mock handicapped people.
I would do the bye-bye, honestly, but that's Carlos's thing. So I'm like,
That
I
is
can't
his
take his
idea.
bye-bye.
We
So I'm
got a
gonna have to
bye-bye.
brainstorm on my buys.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna come back around.
Okay.
Carlos, of course.
Bye-bye.
Johnny.
See ya.
Yep, that's his thing. Hugh, we all know Hughes. Hugh.
Live long and prosper.
Yes, originals. Fuck.
I
back
love
to
it, though.
Laura.
I love it.
Okay, Laura's thing. She has plenty of time to think about
Laura,
it.
you had 35 seconds to
He's
think
like,
about it.
no.
Come up with a new
I don't think she
tagline.
had even 35 seconds.
Meow.
Yeah.
Goodbye, all. See you
Holy
next
fuck.
week.
Just say
Maybe,
bye.
like,
Just say
Just stick with bye.
Just, yeah, go with the bye.
Bye.
Goodbye, all.
Bye.
Goodbye, chaps.
Yeah, you went British.
Thank you for listening. We appreciate your time. You
Bye.
ordered very well.
You sound like the Monopoly man. All right.
Yeah,
Ciao.
yeah.
All right, do not pass go.
Jamel.
Plus $200.
Right.
Or I can do the
Yes.
Rachel, the see you on the flippity flop.
Oh,
That's the other
flip-
one.
Holy
oh,
God.
One
Yeah,
of the
the
best.
flippity flop.
One of the best. All right. So as we leave you today, you're going to listen to a song. Okay. It was created for Joey Valentine. Carlos came up with the idea. I created the song. It's going to play now. We hope Joey likes it. He's made a song about Johnny, 1 or 2 songs, I think.
Yeah.
And so we created our own song. It's a full rap song for good old Joey Valentine, the fat guy that loves cake. Enjoy. See you next week.
Yo, nerds talking. Nutso, let's do it. Joey Valentine. Yeah. Fat guy loves cake. Yo.
We came here to battle.
The fat dude that knew how to get through in life. Betty Crocker, 2 egg whites, some water mixed in. Jerk off arm whisking, wishing he can already taste the white off the tip of it. Feeling promiscuous with the frosting, posturing by the oven with the fork and knife. Taking to his throat of his ex-wife, the devil in sight. Never quite nice, she always wrote something else, but never wrote him at night. And now we just bitches and gripes, no more tears left to wipe. Pull up a chair with a laptop and plug in the mic. This shit doesn't seem right. Why can't I carry a gun and a knife? I know it's Walmart, but I might have to save a life. Let me call up Johnny Butt Stuff, he might have the right plug. It doesn't feel right, but a bit tight. But you heard me like shit in the bed, to the depths that I go. But you know what? No worries, bro. I'm a fat guy that loves cake.
No worries.
I'm a fat guy that loves cake.
No worries.
I'm a fat guy that loves cake.
No worries.
I'm a fat guy, a fat guy.
No worries.
I'm a fat guy that loves cake.
No worries.
I'm a fat guy that loves cake.
No worries.
I'm a fat guy that loves cake.
No worries.
I'm a fat guy, a fat guy. Yo, and the fat guy, he can't wait to decimate every cake, celebrate every time he's awake in the morning, snoring, apnea kicks in. He believes sugar fairies sneaking at night into his system and plug him all the way with the fat that convicts him. He's a victim. If you don't know that, why don't you just listen? He thinks he's the best, but these nerds want respect. He's all versions of the Wu-Tang put together obese. He's a beast, protect your neck, but that would be 3 with the rolls he consumes. And you see how he looks. They don't swipe left or right, they just burn their phones like Florida books with gay math included in them. And but you wonder why he doesn't have any beautiful women, or maybe he's gay. No way, this dude is straight. If you haven't listened yet, this motherfucker loves cake. He's not girly, you heard me, his models, no worries. I'm a fat guy that loves cake.
No worries.
I'm a fat guy that loves cake.
No worries.
I'm a fat guy that loves cake.
No worries.
I'm a fat guy, a fat guy.
No worries.
I'm a fat guy that loves cake.
No worries.
I'm a fat guy that loves cake.
No worries.
I'm a fat guy that loves cake.
No worries.
I'm a fat guy, a fat guy.
No worries.
And did I tell you that he's fat and he does love cake? But the hypocrisy is always talking about losing weight. He might have to change the name of the show to kinda husky and chunky. Less of an ape, but more of a monkey who do tricks if you get him some great value. Ice cream, the flavor that's yummy. He's more of a prostitute for food, not money. He's spiritually hungry all the time, no matter what it is. He can eat a little bit of it, kids. He wants to prove that he's cool, just like these dumb nerds. He gives them way more attention than they ever deserve. They mock him, he strikes back like a fat kid dying of thirst. He needs a milkshake in case his blood sugar run lows. Administer first aids by injecting Skittles. His blood boils and ripples, gets hard at the nipples. He bursts out of his skin like a nerd in his pimples. He's getting ready for the next show, full of fury. Laughs it off and says, no way.
No worries. No worries.
I'm a fat guy that loves cake.
No worries.
I'm a fat guy that loves cake.
No worries.
I'm a fat guy, a fat guy.
No worries.
I'm a fat guy that loves cake.
No worries.
I'm a fat guy that loves cake.
No worries.
I'm a fat guy that loves cake.
No worries.
I'm a fat guy, a fat guy.
No worries.
Holy shit, that was pretty crazy. The fat guy, he surely likes cake, huh? No worries? Okay, Nurse Talking the podcast. See you next time.